The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School basketball starts now.
Glycod.com on the air tonight, live from Warsaw, Gallatin County High School, the venue, as two teams, Gary Forrest, looking for a tune-up ahead of the district tournament, Oldham County and Gallatin County.
You know, Chris, we've reached the end of the year, and, you know, right now, as you mentioned, everybody's tweaking.
This Colonel team 13-12, and a much-needed win earlier this week, blasting Doss, and that win ended a three-game losing string.
Yeah, very much so. You know, it was at home. A lot of distractions, a couple of different senior night scenarios. And, you know, as coaches, you always dread those because you never know if your kids have their mind on the game. Tonight's another example. It's Little League night here in Warsaw.
It sure is. And this series dates back so many years. We'll talk more about the historic nature of this series. But for this Gallatin County team, certainly coached by Vance Sullivan in year two, and they are a very young group.
Very young. Last year down at Oldham, very competitive. And this year, rebuilding a little bit. He's got two kids that average in double figures, and they play really hard. That's one thing about Gallatin's kids. They'll always give you a good effort.
Wildcats winners earlier this week versus Henry County, a big lopsided fashion. Their numbers certainly a key part of their demise this year. Just don't have a lot of depth within this unit.
No, very much so. And you know, one thing about Gallatin, their kids will always play hard, you know, whether it be here, and we used to say they're 15 points better at home, so we'll check to see this tonight. They beat the teams this year they should beat, and they've lost to teams that probably were a little better than them.
Yeah, Gallatin County within the 8th region, they're 7-12 this season. Going out in their lobby, they've got that one state championship or state tournament appearance back in 1959. Their only time they've been outside of the region. They're very proud of that achievement.
Very much so, and for a lot of people that are listening that have a little bit of age on them, they might remember the coach, Jock Sutherland.
Oh, my.
Who stayed here 1 year, got him to the state tournament, and moved on, went to Lexington, and finished his career at Lexington and Lafayette.
It's great to see different schools inside this 8th region. So much tradition amongst these smaller programs. We will talk more about Gallatin County. But up next, Coach Forrest will connect with Josh Leslie. Josh, the head Oldham County basketball coach inside year one. That conversation when we return to Warsaw after this on Glycod.
Car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School's student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection-style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices. Every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
For your surprisingly great rates, Contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service.
This is Gary Forrest coming to you live from Gallatin County High School, where tonight it's the host Gallatin County Wildcats take on 8th Region foe Oldham County Colonels. I'm here with Coach Vance Sullivan. Coach, you know, looking at your scores, kind of up and down. You beat the people you're supposed to beat. You haven't had that breakthrough win against maybe somebody you haven't. You got a guard that averages a lot of points, and, you know, from everything I hear, is a pretty hitty kid. Tell me a little about your bunch.
I agree. You know, we're looking for that first signature win. We've been in games where we've had the lead against Anderson in the second half. We've had the lead against Ryle in the second half. Early in the year, we had Williamstown in the lead in the second half. We just haven't been able to finish and close out games where, and that's kind of what you get when you're a young squad that don't have a whole lot of varsity experience. So we're learning, we're getting better. But yeah, our guards are definitely the strength of our team. Kellen Dawson is coming back after having a good sophomore year with us last year. He is who our guys really look to when things get tough, and we expect him to step up and be a leader and help us in those moments. We've had to ask him to do a lot more defensively this year than maybe he was used to in the past, and he stepped up to and done the best he can. We've also got Matt Griffin, who transferred in from Ludlow. He's been getting 16.5 points a game this year. He's been really helping us in the perimeter, handling the ball, shooting the ball real well, and has added some depth. So yeah, if we can get a little bit out of our bigger guys, you know, it's always an added bonus, but usually our guard play is definitely a strength of our team.
Coach, against this Oldham bunch tonight, they're still kind of trying to find themselves, but they start off with 3 kids averaging double figures, and one of them third in the region, and Max Green. Some of the keys for you guys tonight to be successful against Oldham.
Well, we got to have all 5 guys show up tonight. There isn't a guy for Oldham County where you can say, oh, you don't have to guard him, or you can just lay in the paint, or just lay off of some guys like we have some games in the past. So we expect all 5 guys to step up today and be able to contain the ball, guard the dribble. Max Green definitely presents an issue with his size and his length and his ability to shoot the ball from deep. So you really got to be tight to him, and he also has the ability to beat you off the dribble. So having those other guys being in the right spots off the ball, rotating and scrambling, and obviously getting that rebound, the defensive rebound is going to be huge for us.
You heard it from Coach Vance Sullivan, where tonight his host Gallatin County Wildcats take on the Oldham County Colonels here in 8th Region Basketball. This is Glycod.com Sports.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Glycod's Tournament Central is back with the most live coverage of high school postseason basketball. Starting February 20th, Glycod will live stream a total of 40 district, regional, and state tournament games featuring instant replay and score ticker. For more info, visit Tournament Central at glycod.com. Gary, hearing Coach talk about Max Green and the challenges he posed with that size and the length, what have you noticed with defenses at least trying to limit him as this season wears on?
Well, we've seen a variety of different attempts, and none of them have really been overtly successful. Probably North might have done the best job, but, even then, he comes out and starts the game with 10 straight points. And probably the ones that have done the best job were the Mustangs, and they ran two guys at him. They would wait, and if he turned his back, they would run two, then shoot the gaps on him, and they had some success. The real key is, because of Oldham's lack of depth out at the guard position, he's playing a lot of minutes. He's not a very thick kid, so, I know at this time of the year, Coach is trying to buy him minutes on the bench just to keep him from becoming fatigued.
Luke Amberge also having a stellar season. The reigning Courier-Journal Player of the Week, 14 points, 7 rebounds. His totals on the season. Now for the keys to this game, presented by Watts Home Center in LaGrange. Design that feels like home. You had a lot of consternation this week regarding this matchup.
Well, very much so. You're playing at Gallatin County. They're always better on their home floor. It's a team that, because of their situation further north, you don't see them a lot down in our area. They'll play South Oldham next week, but that didn't help the Colonels this week. One of the things that if you're Gallatin County, you're going to have to contain OC scoring. OC's averaging right around 70 points a game. Gallatin around the mid-50s. So you got to slow OC scoring down. OC's got 3 guys averaging double figures. Other thing you got to do is you got to handle the pressure. Oldham has been very successful this year in a 1-2-2 half-court matchup zone. A lot of teams don't see that, so it presents problems. And what they'll also do is they'll move it all the way down and make it full court. So with a team that has very little depth, the pressure that OC puts on defensively obviously would be a key for Gallatin to handle it successfully. Looking on the other side, if you're Oldham County, you want an up-tempo game. You want to get into Gallatin's non-existent bench. And in doing so, it may not show itself the first or maybe even the second quarter, but as time goes on, you'll wear them down. You want to limit turnovers. That's been probably the thing that Coach Leslie is more concerned about than anything. The Colonels, a lot of their turnovers are those that really are unforced. They're just for a lack of a better term, a nonchalant turnover. And I think he'd like to see some established inside scoring tonight. He's going to be bigger than Gallatin, and it would be a good game for Ambergy and particularly for the sophomore Markham to show and build some confidence inside scoring.
Talks about the Gallatin bench depletion, if you will. The Colonel's bench, hey, now that's been pretty limited too. I mean, this is a streamlined unit. They don't get a lot of production off that bench.
Really, at this time of year as a coach, normally you would want about 8 kids in your rotation. And if you had a few more, that helps. But 8 kids is a good workable number. The Colonels, they're working on about 7. Trying to find maybe that 8th or 9th player that can come in with a little consistency. And this time of the year, that's what you're looking for.
Logan Sleester, the 6'1 sophomore, their 6th man, averaging 5 points. You've got Nolan Leite, also a sophomore, at 3. But beyond that, not a lot of production off that Colonel bench. Again, Josh Leslie, the Colonel's coach in year 1, and his comments are next on Glycod.com.
Your car's been damaged. Regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection-style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices. Every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
This is Gary Forrest coming to you live from Gallatin County High School, where tonight it's the host Gallatin County Wildcats taking on the Oldham County Colonels. I'm here with Coach Josh Leslie. Coach, I'm sure you enjoyed your hour-long trip up 75. First time to visit the land of Gallatin. Getting toward the end, Coach. Everybody healthy? I guess that's always the question to ask.
Yeah, healthy. I mean, we've been through it. I mean, everybody's had something at some point. Now you just don't want any crazy things to happen between now and tournament time.
Things tonight, Coach, that you feel like you have to do to be successful?
First, come ready to play. These hour-long road trips have not been too kind to us over the course of this year. So we got to make sure that from the tip, we are ready to go and have a sense about us and a purpose about us that we haven't necessarily had the first quarter of every one of these road trips. Then they're going to be physical. They're going to get underneath you. They're going to bang you around some. Got to be ready for that physicality. And we just got to kind of take the fight to them early on and then kind of see what happens.
Coach, things that you would like to see your team do well, besides being ready to play early and getting off the mark?
Limited turnovers. You can't turn the ball over once you get to tournament time. Making sure that we get the shot we want to take each time as well. Limiting teams to one shot. If we can get it, just contest threes, try to run some guys off the line and not give up multiple shots, I like our chances.
You've heard it from Coach Josh Leslie, where tonight his Oldham County Colonels traveled up 75 to play the Gallatin County Wildcats. This is Gary Forrest for GlyCod.com Sports.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with GlyCod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from GlyCod.
Happy Thursday night on GlyCod.com. 8th Region boys battle between Oldham County and Gallatin County. Chris LeBar along with former Colonels head coach Gary Forrest. Hearing Coach Leslie talk about these difficult road trips. This team has played so many games away from home, and they'll have another lengthy jaunt coming up a week from tonight at a very good Great Crossing team.
Yeah, very much so. Great Crossing, one of the top 10 teams in the state with great size. It's a product of that Scott County program from many years ago. They've since split schools about 3 years ago, and some people think Great Crossing could be a dark horse to win the state.
You're a product of the difficult schedule philosophy, and certainly Coach Leslie has bought into that. What do you glean from all these tough games, and in terms of how well they'll be prepared next week?
Well, I just think it's a case where, just like he was talking about, we all dread the case of getting on the bus and riding it for an hour and stuff. But in the end, those are some of the things that you're going to have to encounter in the regional play to get where everybody hopes to get, and that's the state tournament in Lexington. And as far as playing tough teams, you get better. A lot of times, they had a game against Dawes the other night that they won quite handily. If there was a positive, they won quite handily, and they got to play a lot of kids. But this time of year, that last week and a half, you want to be tested. And Coach's schedule is going to do that for him, So those will be things that will get him ready for the district. We probably have one of the toughest districts in the state. And, if so, that'll move on to the regional tournament.
What does practice look like as you get close to the end of the regular season? Do you back off the pedal at all?
Really, Chris, I think each coach looks at his particular team, and then you judge from there. If you're playing well, you want to fine-tune it. If you're not playing well, you want to get those minutes in, you want to get the reps in, but you want to always be cautious of their health and safety. I mean, the last thing you want to do is do something where a kid gets hurt, and I've seen it. I saw one year Scott County had probably the region won. They were winning a semifinal game by a large margin, and they didn't take their star player out, and he broke his arm. Wasn't able to play in the finals, and they got beat. So those are things, it's by feel.
Josh also talked about limiting turnovers, and I know so many of the Colonel's woes have been those live ball turnovers resulting in easy buckets for the opposition.
Well, it's not only turnovers. You know, the old adage is every turnover is worth 4 points. Now with the 3 points, I guess you could say 6. But more importantly, it's the lackadaisical turnovers. Those are the ones that just drive coaches nuts.
This Gallatin County defense, they have some similarities with the Colonels. Certainly Gallatin heavy in the backcourt. Kellen Dossett, 18-point per game scorer. Matt Griffin at 16. Griffin season high 28 in their win Monday versus Henry County. Starting lineups, opening tip-off when we come back to Gallatin County High School on Glycott.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
From Glycott, it's Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball. Roy's Body Shop in LaGrange. Collision repair for the people. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home. Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable. LaGrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. And by Mortensen Family Dental. Now courtside for all the action from Glycott on Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycott.
Back to Gallatin County High School in Warsaw. Chris Labar along with Coach Gary Forrest. Now for the keys to this matchup. First for Oldham County, Max Green having a stellar season. Third leading scorer in the 8th region at 24 a game. Abram Steinbrunner at 12. Luke Ambergy chips in 14 with Roush and Markham also getting the start. For Gallatin County, Dossett, their leading scorer at 18. He'll be joined in the backcourt by Griffin at 16. Jonah Brinker chips in 12. Payson Baker at 8. And Tyler Raggio will get the start tonight for the Wildcats. Starting lineups presented by Leslie Gilley of Crestwood State Farm. This series dominated by the Colonels. They have had so much success. Winners of the last 11, including 8th Region quarter last year, the 30-point dispatching of Gallatin County, and a really nice crowd on hand, Gary, for a Thursday night affair.
Well, very much so. As we get toward the end of the season, tonight was Little League night, so that brings them out as well. But, Gallatin County, not a lot of things to do outside of Warsaw, so good place to be tonight.
Outstanding crowd on hand. We've got a busy slate of high school basketball. We'll tell you more about that as we get set for tip-off. Isaac Golick on camera. And Steve Bird, our executive producer. And the Colonels have possession.
Gallatin County straight man-to-man off the tip.
Oh, and there's one of those turnovers right off the bat.
Well, those are things we talked about. The drive coach is nuts.
Tonight's officials, Jeff Afterkirk, Larry Houston, and Sam Huff.
Sam Huff, long-time 8th Region official.
Here's a deep three from Dossett that's long, and Steinbrunner with the Colonel's snare. Steinbrunner, a trigger. A nice seal off on the backside. There's Jonah Brinker. And Dossett, he's not bashful early. And Gallatin on the board. His 64th triple of the year, tops for the Wildcats.
Really like to see the Colonels get established inside, use the size that they have. In particular, I'd like to see Markham get off to Snai a little bit tonight.
Ambergy on the touch. Little fadeaway, and it stays in.
Ambergy, probably the most athletic of the Colonel's starting five.
He's had a dynamite senior year. 14.7 boards as Dossett sneaks in from the baseline. And you can see that he likes to score, and he's got the ability to do so.
Very much so, and Gallatin will always have one of those, and they seem to hang around here forever.
Dossett with all 5 of the Wildcats beginning. Steinbrunner on the deck. There's Markham on the trigger. And the rebound lassoed down the pike by Brinker. Griffin. Oh my, they're going to let that continue as Dossett high for the rebound. Crafty pass to Brinker, foul line J, and there's Markham back for the rebound. Steinbrunner dead on 3. He's missed his first pair. And Gallatin County brings it down as Brinker will feed Griffin. Oh, Griffin drove right by but missed the layup as he slid right past Ambergy. Roush inside the arc. Steinbrunner swirls out. And the Colonel's ice cold to start as Matt Griffin, the Ludlow transfer into forecourt.
Colonel's settling for a lot of threes and mid-range shots right now. Once again, love to see them use the size advantage inside on offense.
Brinker aims a 3. And a nice strong rebound, the second occupied by Markham. Raggio will shadow Green, and a lot of responsibility on his shoulders as Green gets to his spot and a charge.
Good defensive help side. Green got in the air, and when you do that, you better have a place to land. Colonel's two 2-1 press.
There's a corner three off the heel from Reggio. And Markham been the aggressor thus far for the Colonels, digs it out.
3 rebounds for Markham already.
Green evading Reggio. And Oldham misfiring again from distance. Griffin slithers in the lane. Reggio steers it long. And another offensive rebound. And there's a Colonel foul. Pick your poison. You've got both Ambergy and Markham in the vicinity.
Well, just as Coach Leslie talked about in the pregame interview, I'd like to see the Colonels kind of get off the bus and get going early, and here they are, 6-2 down already.
Kellen Dossett, all 6 of Gallatin's points. And Markham with his 4th rebound. Steinbrunner. And nice deflection out by Griffin. Certainly not the start the Colonels would prefer, and a Coach Leslie timeout, the end result. So a 30-second timeout. We will step aside. We're in Warsaw tonight on Glycod.com, and we'll be right back.
Outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices, every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Colonels off to a little bit of a slow start, trailing Gallatin by 4 minutes going by.
Well, we mentioned the term nonchalant earlier, and that would probably be a good analogy. Sloppy passes, side-to-side passes, you know. On offense, you want to penetrate and get the defense back on their heels. Gallatin is just laying off of the wings and baiting passes, and they've knocked 2 out of bounds and stole 2 already.
Will be Colonel possession out of the stop. Now Green double teamed. Markham's got ample time, and he's going to aim it off.
You know, that's the shot that Markham is comfortable with.
Dossett gets to his spot. And Markham with another loose ball rebound.
4 rebounds from Markham already. That's a plus.
That means the Colonels are also missing a lot of shots. Steinbrunner finding Roush. Baseline. Off the mark from Markham after a great pass from Green. Dossett, a deep trigger. Griffin set him up. Dossett with all 9 for Gallatin. As Roush finding Markham. Ambergy inside the lane, and it's one and done as Newman with a vacuum for Gallatin.
10 rebounds to 6 right now in Gallatin's favor.
How about Markham, though, racing back to intercept that pass? And Green trying to initiate a long 2. And Brinker collecting the rebound. Griffin. And there's Ambergy with the collection for Oldham.
Colonels 1 for 10 right now in this first quarter.
Ambergy from the elbow, and it's popped out by Newman. Up to Griffin, and Griffin's shot's going to be off the mark, and Roush back for Oldham. Ambergy with the turnover.
Really caught a break. The official had him for a walk. I thought he might have lowered that shoulder enough to get the charge call.
Oldham County will bring on Logan Garr, a senior. 2-point per night contributor as Coach Leslie seeking a solution from the bench.
Garr started the other night on senior night and responded with a double-figure night, so maybe he can get them going a little bit.
And a nice steal by Max Green. And there's the two the Colonels needed. Max with his first field goal coming inside the 110 mark. And a Gallatin timeout. 30-second stop by Coach Sullivan. And a 9-4 Wildcat lead. Perhaps that live ball turnover by Green to get this Colonels offense going.
Well, I hope so, Chris. One of the things I noticed, Colonel's not very vocal tonight, not very active with their hands. Only one deflection so far in 7 minutes of this first quarter. And if you're playing the type of defense they play, they like to play that 1-2-2 matchup. Usually you get deflections or touches, and I think that kind of surmises how the Colonels are just kind of going through the motions right now.
Here you see the play in which Ambergy will end up with the infraction as the Colonels try to press tempo as they'll wind it around the clock. And there's actually the block shot as this Gallatin County team off to a 9-4 start.
Well, give Gallatin, their due. They're doing what they normally do, getting the ball to Gossett, and he's putting the ball in the hole.
There's Ratio spinning it up top to Brinker. Now Steinbrunner with some length. Going to shadow Dossett, triggers it anyway. And Ambergy lost the handle and a foul underneath. It's going to be on Oldham. Be on Logan Garr. So 2 free throws looming for 6'2" sophomore Jonah Brinker. 71% foul shooter.
Chris, neither team shooting the ball well, but I look at the rebounds, already 12 for the Wildcats and 8 for the Colonels.
You would think that stat would almost be reversed with the Colonels' length. And Oldham dodging a pair of bullets there with the misfires. And we'll see if the Colonels can close this frame with some momentum as they try to work their way back. Schleister on for the first time. And a hand check on Ratio. The first foul of the game for Gallatin County. Coach Sullivan, bottom of your screen with very big shoes to fill, replacing Gallatin County icon, if you will, John Jones. Coach Sullivan in year 2.
Coach Jones here a long time, took his team to the regional finals twice. If ever there was a little school that had people rooting for them, it was these Wildcats.
We'll talk more about Coach Jones. That's a great pass, and Garr will kiss it in. And a steal by Max Green. It's off in time. And the frame closes with the Gallatin County lead 9-6 after 1. Second quarter on the way on Glycod.com.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Nine 9-6 Gallatin County by 3 as we transition into quarter number 2. Not certainly the start the Colonels expected to have.
No, and we talked about keys to the game, and one of the keys was if you're Gallatin, you want to keep the Colonels slowed down on offense, and they've certainly done that, only giving up 6 points. And for the Colonels, one of the things we talked about is they need to get out defensively and get after Gallatin, and so far that hasn't happened. So let's see if they can turn the heat up. I know Coach Leslie is right now probably gritting his teeth. This is an ongoing problem they've had about sometimes not coming out of the blocks very well.
Both teams average identical numbers of 66 per game, so we are well beneath that, although still very early. Whipped around the corner. That's Baker long with a 3. And the backside rebound twists out as Ambergy scoops it away for Oldham. Now Steinbruner will initiate. That was a good entry, and Ambergy just couldn't hang on to it. Flipped back in play right to Green for Oldham. I think Gar might have been too deep that time. And a deflection out off the baseline. Possession, Gallatin County. Here's Griffin, sophomore. 28 points earlier this week in that blowout win versus Henry County. And he'll have it left wing. Ratio provides his team with some quickness. A Griffin 3. And Max Green scoops it away for Oldham. Schleister for the tie.
Well, that's a plus off the bench. Schleister for his first shot nails a 3.
Colonels with 7 in succession. Foul line jumper off from Brinker. And Oldham looking for their first lead. And they're not going to get it on this trip. Brinker in the passing lane. It's amazing how turnovers lead to points at the other end.
It's the easy way to do it. They only had to go a quarter of the court.
As Green swirls his way in the lane with the left and a foul.
You know, Chris, if you didn't look at the scoreboard and have an idea, you would think this game was late in the fourth quarter. Both teams really not playing as aggressive, as hard as one might have thought. Here we are just starting the second quarter.
Eli Newman is in for Gallatin County, and he will replace Tyler Raggio. And Green gives the Colonels the lead.
Colonels score, allows them to set their press.
That's Baker with a crease baseline and coughs it up to Schleister, and then he gives it right back. That's a crafty basket for Griffin, his first field goal.
But once again, the Colonels sloppy. 2 steals and 2 givebacks in succession.
And Green for the layup. Max now with 8. He's starting to smolder. Dossett opposite Steinbruner. Initiates contact, and he'll strut the stripe for 2. Dossett showing the propensity to connect from deep. This time takes Steinbruner off the bounce.
Well, a very smart player. You know, he's knocked down a couple of jumpers, He's forced the defense to come out hard after him. He did a great job of lifting and going by Steinbrenner.
Dossett with 11 of Gallatin's 15. So they'll retake the lead. Ambergy, 8-footer. Pinballed around and lassoed by Griffin. And a deflection, I believe that was Steinbruner that poked it away. Here comes Ambergy. Excuse me, that's Schleister. I beg your pardon, and Dossett will be called for the foul. First foul on Dossett, so possession underneath Oldham.
Both teams 5 turnovers each. And at the end of the first quarter, Gallatin with only 2. So they've already made 3 here in this second quarter. Doing that, the Colonels can get that tempo up a little bit. I think it favors them.
There's Green near wing. This time Dossett will shadow with Reggio on the sideline. Garr aiming a 3. And Schleister flips it back in play, and it will belong now to Gallatin County. Nice skip in the lane. Now Brinker. Oh my. Overshooting everything. And self-preservation rebound by Schleister. Griffin, a 3. Rather, it's Green with a 3 off. And the Wildcats with possession.
15 rebounds already early this second quarter for the Wildcats.
Dossett long. And Schleister for Oldham. Colonels looking for the lead.
Baseline jumper about 10 feet out, one of the hardest shots in basketball.
Now Brinker flips it behind him right to Green. Oh, Green with the extension and the layup. He get away with one there, Gary?
I don't think so. If anything, is when he first caught the ball, he slapped it down.
1-point Colonel lead. And right through Dossett's mitts.
The thing about Green, at 6'6", 6'7", out on the point, he's so rangy. And if you don't do a good job stepping toward your receiver, he's going to get a piece of it. And we've seen that the last 2 times down the floor.
Colonels +1. Schleister nearly glanced that in off the glass, and Markham chases it down. Christian Alexander is on now for Oldham. He'll have it up top, and there's a 3 from Steinbruner that's short, and Dossett with a Wildcat rebound. And Schleister with a poke away. A strong take, and it's going to belong to Oldham as it trickles off of Gallatin County's Kason Baker. Cameron Roush back in for Oldham. And Green for 2. Makes it look awfully easy at times. There's Brinker and Alexander from behind with a foul. Excuse me, that's Perkins. Jackson Perkins.
There's that deflection again by Green out front.
Griffin in the lane, and a nice challenge by Markham. He's had an impact in this game as Steinbruner drives and draws a foul.
Markham, I've got him with 6 rebounds and 2 deflections. So even though he's not scoring offensively, he's doing other things to help his team.
2 free throws for Steinbruner. .21 season high at Spencer County as the Cal transfer, having a very solid first season in a Colonel's uniform.
Colonels, when they score, set their press again. This has been the benefit of them being able to score. They've been able to get into the press and force quick turnovers.
The Griffin up top now steers it in the corner. Now free up top. And the rebound occupied by Green as Oldham +8 in this quarter, leading by 5. Steinbruner. And Dossett with a rebound and an astute timeout by Coach Sullivan of Gallatin County. 30-second timeout, and we'll be right back after this on Glycod.
Outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices, every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Gallatin County trailing the Colonels by 5 as Oldham has outscored the Wildcats by 8 in the first 6.5 minutes of this quarter.
Well, the big difference is the Colonels have been able to score, and then in doing so, they're able to get into their full court press, and in doing so, they force the pace of the game to speed up, which I think is not to Gallatin's liking, because one of the things it's effectively done is Gallatin's been a little quick on the trigger when they got into the front court, and unfortunately, their best scorer is the guy that's not getting the ball from time to time.
It would be Kellen Dossett, and it will be Wildcat possession side court. Again, Oldham has won 11 consecutive in this series. Baseline jumper is going to go for Dossett.
Well, I think that timeout reminded them that, hey, guys, let's get the ball to our main scorer.
And a 3-point lead with 1:18 in this half.
Dossett now guarding Green.
Roush pitches up a long 3, and Dossett snaps down the rebound and takes it all the way for the bucket.
Well, that timeout, I think there was a friendly reminder that let's get some more touches to Dossett.
Dossett with 4 in succession out of the break. Markham's tap stays out. And Newman with a rebound as Gallatin County trying to take the lead, but Roush interjects in the passing lane. Up to Green. And the Wildcats in the remnants of the half.
Smart. Let's take it down for one shot.
Dossett for the tie.
You've got to know where Dossett is. He's scored 7 straight points in this last minute after the timeout.
Tied at 22 at the half. Dossett with 18 points. And we're tied at 22 at the break. Be right back on Glycod.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people. Glycon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycon.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by LaGrange Service Center, a family-owned car repair shop that also offers 24/7 towing and roadside assistance. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, celebrating their 58th year in business.
Back live in Warsaw, tied at the half. Oldham and Gallatin, Kellen Dawson with 7 points in a row after that timeout and a big three to close the half.
Well, one of the things Oldham had done is they'd gone to full court pressure, and as Gallatin got the ball down, they shot it probably too quick, and in doing so, never got the ball back in Gossett's hands. So in the timeout, I think Coach Sullivan had a little conference with a minute to go about, hey, guys, he needs to touch it, and it was a profit. Next three touches for that last minute of the half, he makes all three buckets.
Kellen Dossett, 18, Matt Griffin, Jonah Barker, each with 2 for the Colonels. Max Green, 13 first half points. Logan Sleester with 3. Also Logan Garr with 2. Abram Steinbrunner, 2. Luke Amberge with a couple. Henry Markham, a force in this game on the backboard, though.
Very much so. What Markham didn't do scoring-wise, he more than took up for it with 8 rebounds, picked up a couple of loose balls. So that obviously was a plus. But, you know, we talked about keys to the game. We gave 3 for Oldham. That was an up-tempo. They finally got an up-tempo going in late second quarter. Limited turnovers. Well, they had 6. Inside scoring, they had none.
Take a look at some of your halftime numbers from German American Bank. Gallatin County surprise +8 on the backboard.
Well, you know, they're scrappy, and they played hard. And, you know, any team that gets 20 rebounds in a half and they don't have great size, it has to be with effort.
You see the 3 threes all occupied by Kellen Dossett. Colonels only 1 3. That was from Logan Sleester off the bench. What do you make of the Wildcats' defense with Max Green?
You know, I'm not so sure, not to take anything away from Gallatin. They've done a comfortable job on Green, but it's been more the Colonels really just not getting into the flow, to tell you the truth. I mean, everybody knew going in that Dossett was their leading scorer, but he has 18 of 22 points. You need to recognize where he's at, everyone on the team.
What do the Colonels focus on in terms of defending Dossett in the second half?
Well, they don't play a lot of man. You know, sometimes it's just gut check time and you look to find one person. If you're going to stay in that 1-2-2, then you need to talk, you need to communicate with your teammates, and you need to point out where Dossett is, because he's getting really good looks.
Glycon's Tournament Central is back with the most live coverage of high school postseason basketball. Starting February 20th, Gallatin will live stream a total of 40 district, regional, and state tournament games featuring score ticker and instant replay. For more information, visit Tournament Central at glycod.com. Halftime here and a tie game. 8th Region High School basketball from Warsaw. Second half when we come back on Glycod.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
If your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Two of Max Green's 13 points at the end of this fray here as Max taking it all the way to the basket. And the Colonel's certainly going to need more of this from him to win this game.
I think so. You know, Chris, we were talking here at halftime. You know, their body language here just really looks kind of nonchalant. You know, just there's no fire. It's not like it's that long of a ride up here. And, you know, Gallatin's kids, you know, they're going to play hard. They may be undermanned, but they'll always play hard. And I think Oldham's found themselves in a tight game that doesn't necessarily have to be this way.
Two more big games next week on Glycod to wrap up the regular season. Owen County girls, South Oldham girls Monday, and then Tuesday, perhaps the two top teams in the 8th region on the boys' side, Collins and North Oldham. Justin Kalen will have that one with Coach. I know you're looking very much forward to that.
Yeah, very much so. You know, Collins, very well coached, very athletic, and then North, the reigning 8th region boys champ, trying to go back-to-back. And, you know, the way they played this year, they've got to be the one probably that everyone's going to pick.
So both these Colonels and Wildcats hope to participate in the 8th region as well. They will have work to do in their respective district tournaments to commence 2 weeks from now. Colonel possession. Backdoor cut, and Ambergy couldn't get it in time as Brinker has it for Gallatin.
Not a good start with the Colonels.
Dossett trying to carve his way in. He's got 18 points. Brinker, little awkward angle. And a foul over the top on Eli Newman of Gallatin County. Not a lot of offense outside of Kellen Dossett for
No, it really isn't.
Gallatin.
And the Colonels need to be aware of that and, you know, spend their time with Dossett.
Steinbrunner sizzling from up top. His 5th point, only the 2nd made 3 for Oldham. Griffin have it deflect off of Newman. So the Colonels forcing another turnover. Green with a crease. And Steinbrunner called for the foul. Not sure if Markham was expecting that pass. Coach Leslie up off the Oldham bench. There you see at the bottom of your screen. And here's this 1-2-2 press. Reggio. Oh my, Dossett. His body contorted to the left, and he still put it in.
Well, but there's no help around him, and, you know, they're making Dossett's job awfully easy. He's too good a player.
And here's a backside help, poked out by Newman.
I think Green was maybe expecting the foul. Really didn't extend himself. They got a piece of it.
Now that clock's continuing to run, and nobody's caught it, Gary. That clock should not have run 10 seconds off on the out-of-bounds play.
I think the scorekeeper's enjoying watching the game as well.
He might have dinner plans, trying to get out of here. Steinbrunner. Green inside for 2. You get the sense he can take this Wildcat team off the bounce whenever he chooses.
Yeah, I think so, you know, but once again, there's Green with another deflection out front. Those rangy arms.
Brinker. And Markham on the baseline. His value cannot be understated in this game.
No, you know, tonight, I mean, this is what they've expected out of him all year, but I think they want to see a little more offense out of him.
Dossett along with that one, and the Colonels right now enjoying their longest lead at 3, trying to add to that tally. Now Green through contact. There's the whistle. Third foul on Reggio. As the Colonels trying to grow this lead. And Markham on the board.
Green did an excellent job setting him up on the pick and roll.
His first field goal, and the Colonels leading by 5.
There's Green with another deflection out front. They just don't take in consideration those long arms. You know, his rack really, if you're going to throw a lazy pass, he's going to get a touch.
Dossett underneath, poked down. I think that was Roush that got a hand on it. Brinker. And Markham with a Colonel rebound. Outlet Green. Over to Steinbrunner. And challenged by Newman. It's the Wildcats with but 2 points to start this frame.
Yeah, little slow ride here.
Dossett in the lane. And Markham challenging that. Markham runs the floor and a foul.
Green almost too unselfish there, Chris. Probably should have just put it back in the hole. Passed across the lane to Markham rolling down. Markham will go to the line for 2.
I think Markham perhaps surprised that ball came to his direction.
You know, Markham has probably been the most active I've seen. Now, he hasn't scored a lot because he doesn't look to score, but, you know, he's close to double figures in rebounds.
50% foul shooter. As Gallatin County will send on Kason Baker, and there's Markham. 2-possession Colonel lead.
There we go. I like to see him trap the ball out of Dossett's hands.
Back to Dossett it goes. Griffin. And closing and deflecting off of Newman. Griffin's really the quiet Wildcat, averages 16. He's stuck at 2.
I think Griffin is more of a slasher, and what he's got tonight are basically outside jump shots, and really hadn't been close to a lot of them.
Here's Green slithering his way in, and there's Griffin with a theft. And a foul badgering Griffin up the floor was Roush. We're going to have a Colonel timeout as you see the foul. 30-second Colonel timeout. We will step aside. 6-point Oldham County lead on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Gallatin County possession underneath. Gary only, what you say, 1 of 9 shooting?
One of 9 this third quarter. And you know, once again, the Colonels not really making hay.
Dossett straight on. And the rebound to the quiet Ambergy as he brings it down. Ambergy only with 2 points this evening. And Roush will swing to Green. There's Ambergy for 2.
Well, Green with an excellent setup, passed up the shot, hit Ambergy, cutting toward the basket for the easy bucket.
Ambergy now 10 beneath his 14-point season average, and an 8-point Oldham lead, their longest.
Colonel's changing defenses a little bit here, showing a 1-3-1 for the first time tonight.
And Dossett with a follow. He's doing his best to keep Gallatin afloat. He's got 22 of their 26. Ambergy in the lane.
Basket by Ambergy.
Dossett a strong drive, initiating contact is, I think that length by Green really bothering him up top.
Yeah, there's a case where Roush was just a second slow. You know, the thing about it was Dossett wasn't going to pass. Once he started on his move, he was going to shoot it, and I thought that Roush might be there to set up for the charge, but he was a step slow, and as a result, Dossett to the line.
You just wonder how much Dossett has in him to will this team back in this game. He's done everything, has not left the floor.
I think Dossett's tough. I think this is every night sort of job for him, and that's why he's their leading scorer, and last year was a very competitive player, and he's just a junior.
Colonel's trying to grow this to a double-figure margin. Is Green inching his way up top. Nolan Leite is on for Oldham for the first time. He'll watch Green flip up a 3 that's off, and Dossett for Gallatin. Baker follows his own, but Dossett off. And there's Markham.
Rebound number 10 for Markham.
Let's see what Lady can do up top in a reserve role as he'll spell Roush at the top. Steinbruner, little floater, nice touch. He's got 7. And Oldham now enjoying a 10-point lead. Steinbruner from deep. And a Gallatin County timeout. This one perhaps slipping away is Steinbruner with 5 in succession. And a 13-point Oldham County lead from Glycod.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Abram Steinbruner with 5 quick ones, and the lead now grown to 13, Gary.
Well, right now, the Colonels have outscored them 17-4 here in this third quarter, so they really just can't get rolling. And they've done a pretty good job on Dossett this quarter, and no one else for Gallatin has been able to put the ball in the basket.
Yes, so only 4 points for Gallatin County beyond what Kellen Dossett has contributed, as the Colonels perhaps on the verge of putting this one away. Still a lot of time left, but the Wildcats up against it late in the third as Dossett will flip it in the lane, and Amberg closes to deflect it out of play.
Well, the Colonels have switched to 1-3-1, and they've actually done a better job against Dossett in this. Doing a much better job of being cognizant where Dossett is.
Brinker, he's going to set up Baker for a 3, and finally they connect. Baker's first field goal, and the lead reduced to 10. Just chump change left in the third, as Lady will handle it up top. Creasing baseline and coughs it up and then compounds with a foul.
As happened so many times, the frustration of making the turnover, and your natural reaction is to reach out and grab, and that's what Laity did with 2.5 seconds to go here in this third quarter.
So Gallatin one more trip up the mountain, and it's a heave from Griffin. And that'll wrap up quarter number 3. Oldham County leading by 10 in the fourth quarter when we come back on Glycod.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Colonels by 10 as we welcome you back to Warsaw on a Thursday night in early February, just 2 weeks ahead of the 29th District Basketball Tournament. It will tip at North Oldham on Tuesday the 21st. And Gary, we talk about it, but it seems like this time every year how fast the season goes on.
It's like pushing a snowball downhill. When you get to February, it really gets to going.
Highlight of all basketball seasons, of course, district, regional, state tournament action. Such fun over the next few weeks. But fourth quarter left to be played here as the Colonels try to improve to 14-12 and winners of 12 in a row in this series. Gallatin County possession to start the quarter.
Green with another deflection out front.
Bothering that guard play is Dossett. And Green a little zesty called.
He's got to learn to give ground there. He did a great job the first time, but the dribbler was going to try to put his shoulder into him. That's when you just have to give ground and trap again.
Now Dossett sliding his way in. Baker from the corner. So he's hit back-to-back threes. And from 13, reduced to 7. And Green lost it again, and Griffin got a hand on that ball as Dossett all the way out of sorts. And snowbirding is Green for 2. Oh, and a tee, as Coach Sullivan's been teed up.
Well, he's not a happy camper. A lot of contact, his man, the shooter. Bodies go flying and no call.
Yeah, Coach Sullivan pacing up and down that far sideline. There he is back in your frame as Coach Sullivan irate after the whistle as Green, a rarity from the foul line. And a nice piece of officiating as the official that did not tee him up comes over to try to defuse.
Well, the sad thing about it was what could have been an 8-point margin, now is stretched back out to 10, and the Colonels with the ball side out of bounds.
A 10-point Colonel lead.
Coach Sullivan being reminded he's got a set now.
Colonel timeout. And a 60-second stop in Warsaw. This is Glycon.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Coming up at the conclusion of this broadcast, we'll have a representative from both teams, the most outstanding players, presented by Crestwood State Farm agent Leslie Gilley. Both Oldham County, Gallatin County, one student athlete from each side. Representative Coach Forrest will announce that at the conclusion of regulation. And Steinbruner into forecourt.
Steinbruner handling the ball now, giving Green a rest off the ball.
Green with a nice up fake. And it's awfully easy when you give him a seam.
Well, that's the benefit of taking him off the ball as well. With Steinbruner handling and Green can position himself.
Oh, and Green, the beneficiary of a live ball turnover. Green with 21 unofficially. And Oldham now by 15. Nice find, and Newman will tap it in. And Coach Sullivan trying to set something up. Will burn a Gallatin timeout. He's still arguing about that no call at the other end.
He sure is. And I think he also sees his team right now starting to get in that area where they start to slip. And, Oldham is continuing. They've made 4 straight baskets.
Now, Coach, in that huddle, you'll see his number one assistant there really absorbing some of the blow from the referee. Let's talk more about that as a head coach in the timeout. What's going on there?
Well, the head coach, he didn't want to talk to the official, and the official knows he doesn't want to say anything to the head coach. So what he's doing, he's just relaying to the assistant coach, hey, coach, get him under control a little bit. You played too good a game to let this thing kind of get away from you. So give him some space. That's the bottom line.
I know you've had so many great assistants over the years. Take one for the team, if you will, huh?
Well, I had some good ones, and most of mine were heavyweights, so they could get in between us. I used to challenge people. We whip any team with a buffet eating contest.
So Gallatin with only one stop remaining. Both teams shy of the bonus. We have over 6 minutes left. Colonels trailed this game after one, by the way, at 9-6. Lady is free, and I think Green's called for something underneath.
Well, there's a case right there of the officials know, hey, I'll give them one back. So they got the questionable call. They're at home, but this will settle the coach down a little bit.
So perhaps Coach Sullivan with the assist for Gallatin County. His group down 13. They need to make it snappy here with just over 6 left.
Yeah, the time scoring, and you take Gossett away from them, and that's what basically Oldham is saying.
And Griffin slides his way in for 2. Only his 4th point, averages 16.
Well, it's 3 straight buckets. So Colonel's swapping out here in this 4th quarter.
Lady in backcourt. And there's the stabilizer, Green.
Going to run 2 at Green.
Lady finding Green underneath. And another turnover. Cameron Roush at the scores table will check in, as the Lady will shuttle out.
Coach Leslie still searching for that 7th and 8th man. Colonel's back to the 1-2-2. I thought they got a lot of mileage out of the 1-3-1.
Basket here would make it a single-digit game. Brinker off the heel, and Ambergy with a contested corral.
Markham has got to look to shoot the ball. And I'm sure he's heard it time and time again from the coaches, but to build confidence, you've got to shoot, and you've got to make some of those.
Well, it would grow this offense if he could chip in 6 or 8 a game.
I mean, they're giving him, that's the scouting report. You give him anything from 15 feet.
Green swerves his way. Roush inside the arc. And scooped away by Ambergy. And there's Green for an Ambergy basket as that shot from Green just swirled out, and Ambergy nudges it back home.
Well, Ambergy's great at covering the weak side of the basket when his teammates shoot it.
It's a block underneath. I don't think Ambergy particularly cared for that call.
No, and he probably doesn't need to be as animated. The same official give him that long, hard look that called the tee earlier, so it's almost even up time. You don't want to put yourself in position to make it easy for the official.
Brinker, 74% foul shooter, will have a pair. Before we sign off here, huge thank you to the great Gallatin County contingent for allowing us to live stream tonight. Of course, the girls' region basketball tournament will also be in this vicinity. And Brinker with 4. So the Wildcats hanging around with just over 4 minutes left. Ambergy, nice find, and Markham rams it in.
Excellent pass by Ambergy from the high-low spot to Markham, cutting on the baseline for the easy bucket.
Just over 4 left. Dossett been a little bit quiet. That's going to rattle out. And Steinbrunner is the Colonels' trying to punch this one away. There's the shot you were talking about.
And still has the shot if he just pulls it through there. You know, if it's a confidence thing, but I know they want him to shoot it.
Steinbruner back to Markham. Skip past Markham.
Markham might have got away with a big shuffle.
Green slices. And Newman brings it down for the Wildcats.
Way too easy.
Oh, nice take by Griffin. Everything but the basket. And a wise decision by Roush. So we dwindle under 3 minutes to play. Steinbruner opting back to Green. Little creation. 23 for Max, one shy of his average. And it took the Colonels a while to get started, but they're apparently going to come into Warsaw with a win. Griffin steers one off of Ambergy. So not the start Coach Leslie wanted. I think he does have to be pleased with his team's response, though.
Yeah, I thought they came out in the third quarter and, you know, settled down, got the business of doing things.
Again, this game was tied at half as Dossett swirls in the lane. And Ambergy will be called.
Yep. Not a good call. Usually I'm not that blatant, but not a good call. And I just think because of the last call that caused such a commotion. But Dossett initiated contact, and Ambergy stood in there and took it.
So Dossett, one would think, would be on the All-8th Region team. Of course, that will be announced at the 8th Region tournament in a couple of weeks. Hard to figure there's 10 or 12 guys in the region better than him.
No, he does a good job for his team. You know, a lot of times guys like that they'll be the guy that shoots it all the time. He doesn't. He tries to keep his teammates into the flow as well. He attempts to play defense.
Back to 13. Who's your player of the year, by the way, in the 8th?
Gosh, you got 3.
And a duck! That's Markham.
Glad to see it, Markham.
Dallas Roberts, and who are your other 2?
Well, I think you've got a young man from Owen that's done a good job for him, averages right around 26.
Tegan Moore.
You've got Hammonds from Grant County that averages a double-double.
As Green, Roush runs the floor.
Numbers, you know, Oldham has basically wore them down, and the second half has shown that.
The whistle far sideline. Yeah, will be very interesting to see, and you figure.
Well, your problem with North is you could probably make a case for 3 of their players. And, you know, when you have something like that.
Split votes.
It's more about points for your team.
Baker with 9. He's made 3 threes. And Gallatin County will call their last timeout. And you don't talk about Max Green, really, I don't guess for player of the year, but his stats say he's right there.
I think so. But they also, even though they won't say it, they also look what they did last year as well. And, you know, Dallas has been solid since his 8th grade year. And he makes his teammates better. He's on a winning team. You have all those.
We haven't even talked about Jasper Johnson, the top 50 player nationally in the 24 class at Woodford County.
Right, and has played hobbled and played without some of his teammates this year. So, you know, his role for his team this year is different because he's been expected to do more and score more.
One of the best weeks of the season, of course, the 8th Region Tournament. And we'll start the week of February 27th. Boys, as always, at the Roy at Henry County, and the girls right back here at Gallatin County.
Would like to invite people who have never been maybe to an 8th Region Boys Tournament at Henry County in the Roy Winchester Arena. it's quite the atmosphere.
Sure is.
If you're a basketball fan, you love high school basketball, it's something to recommend to go see.
And that semifinal night when you've got 4 different schools, it's a sight to behold. Parking is very challenging.
Yeah, very much so.
As Roush will accelerate the baseline. And a prompt foul as Gallatin County, only their 5th foul. I think the challenge for this Wildcat team, do they have enough production beyond Dossett to make a dent in the rest of this year?
Well, they're the 2nd seed in their district. They're in a 5-team district. They'll play the winner of Eminence, and I'm trying to think the other one.
Probably Trimble, right? Or Carroll?
Maybe Carroll. And they've split with Eminence.
Owen County the favorite in that district as 7th team foul, and Roush to the line for 1-1.
We call that the All-A team district, as all of the A schools geographically located into that with the movement of Trimble County.
We talked about John Jones, by the way, retired in 21 after 27 years, winners of 456 games. And at one time, he was wearing 3 different hats here, was he not?
Yes, he was. He was coach, he was athletic director, at one time assistant principal, and at one time they were going to make him principal.
16-point lead.
And I think if he came up here on off nights, he's probably working in the concession stand.
So much respect for what he has done with this program. And Coach Sullivan, big shoes to fill, but a lot of energy and experience in the assistant ranks for Coach. And we're going to have 1-1 for Gallatin.
Well, this game is probably going to end up being in the area of a 20-point Oldham win, but it sure doesn't seem that way.
1:14 left. Again, Oldham began this game trailing 9-6 after 1. They were actually down 9-2. And Roush will pass back. Sloppy sequence. It will still belong to Oldham.
Well, one thing about Gallatin's kids, I've never known a Gallatin team up 10, down 20, whatever, not to play hard all the way through. They're just scrappy, and that's the only way they know how to play it. And a lot goes to Coach Jones. That's the way he taught them. That's life. You never give up.
10th team foul, rather the 8th team foul.
Foul is on Baker.
So another 1-1. This will belong to Ambergy.
Wilson, I'm sorry. That's his 3rd. Wilson's 3rd. Ambergy will have 1 more.
Colonels will wrap up their schedule. They've got just a couple of games remaining. Saturday they'll host J-Town. And Gallatin County on the road Saturday in Crestwood to take on South Oldham as Dossett's shot rattles out. Ambergy cleans it up. And it is deflected out. It will belong to Gallatin. Colonels host J-Town Saturday. Next Tuesday they're at home against St. X. And then 1 week from tonight, they wrap up the regular season at top 10 Great Crossing. Baker shot off. And Ambergy, I think, just fouled out. Oh, 4th. Apologies to Luke. There's Tyler Raggio on the board now with a free throw. Averages 2. He's halfway there. Gallatin's schedule. This was their last home game. They'll take on, we told you, South on Saturday, and then wrap it up Tuesday at Grant County, who is having perhaps the best season they have had in many, many years. There's Lady.
Yeah, back in 2003, Grant regional finalist.
Screen will twist in. And Dossett. Baker cleans it up, and the whistle bloweth with 5.5 left. Well, Coach, you know this better than anyone. Sometimes it's not about the team that you have, but maybe the year that you have that team in this region.
Very much so. You know, a lot of people have had the shoe on both feet to have a really good team, only to have someone with a little bit better. And been there, done that, had the shoe on both feet doing those things.
One more for Baker. He's got 10 points in this half. Same amount for the game. So the lead will be a little bit more respectable as we've gone final. 14-point Oldham County lead. Colonels 14-12. Gallatin falls to 11-14. We'll reset the table, have our most outstanding player, also a look ahead to more action here on Glycon.com. We'll do that in just a moment after this.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School's student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection-style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices. Every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. We'll take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Watts Home Center. Whether it's building, restoring, or improving your home, visit the experts at Watts, 2350 Commerce Parkway in LaGrange. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home.
61-47, Colonels victorious over Gallatin County. Didn't start out so good, but Oldham doing some many good things in the second half.
Well, tied at 22, you kind of wondered if Coach Leslie would get their attention, but whatever was said, they came out the second half, really shot the ball well, and in their play, you could just tell that something had lit the fire a little bit, and they played a much more controlled yet aggressive half.
Henry Markham only 6 points, but played a big factor in this game.
13 rebounds, and we talked about the first half. He also picked up 2 or 3 loose balls on the floor. So good to see the young big man finding ways to contribute when it didn't always have to be scoring.
Some of the individual numbers we have, Max Green unofficially with 23, Abram Steinbrunner with 13, 11 in the second half, Luke Amberge with 8, Henry Markham 6, Logan Sleesher 3, Logan Garr with 2. For Gallatin County unofficially, Kellen Dossett, season high 32 points, Kaysen Baker with 11, all in the second half, Jonah Brinker, Matt Griffin each with 4, and Tyler Raggio each with 2. And for the Wildcats, just not enough balance to win this game.
Now, we talked about points, and, Oldham got up toward their norm of 70, and yet defensively they were able to hold the Wildcats to 47 in the first half in particular. I thought the second half, the Colonels looked around and said, we need to get going, and it was more per their liking.
Colonels now 14-12 on the season. They will take on J-Town on Saturday. Gallatin falls to 11-15. They will travel to Crestwood on Saturday to take on South Oldham. Our most outstanding player, presented by State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley, on the other side of this pause from Glycod.com.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. We'll take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900, or visit lawsonfinancial.net. For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod.
Oldham County victorious over Gallatin County 61-47. Time now for our most outstanding players from Crestwood State Farm, Leslie Gilley. And Gary, seemed like a pretty foregone conclusion tonight.
Well, I tell you what, I may surprise you a little bit. I'd like to toss one in for Henry Markham. The big sophomore had 13 rebounds, 6 points, and 3 loose ball pickups on the floor. So, sometimes the dirty work that's done goes unnoticed, but I thought tonight particularly the first half. He was one of the positive things we saw for the Colonels.
Max Green finishing with 23. So how about a co-MVP with Henry and Kellen Doss? It absolutely has to be it for Gallatin.
Works for me.
Yeah, Kellen with a 32 points. Again, 2 more games next week as we wrap up the regular season here on Glycod. Monday, a great girls matchup between Owen and South. Then Tuesday, Collins, North Oldham, pair of heavyweights on the boys' side. So a great way to spend Valentine's Day as Collins will take on North Oldham. Gary will have that one with Justin Kalen. Thanks to our great crew tonight on Glycod, Steve Bird, our executive producer, Isaac Golick on camera. For Gary Forrest, I'm Chris Labar. We'll see you next time for more high school basketball on Glycod. Good night.
Your car's been damaged, regardless of make or model, visit the experts at Roy's Body Shop. Roy's is locally owned and operated with free towing and lifetime warranty on all collision repairs. Plus, they provide deductible savings for every insurance claim. Open weekdays 9 to 5 at 2604 Highway 146 in LaGrange. Give them a call at 502-222-0948 or online at roysbodyshop.com. Roy's Body Shop. Collision repair for the people.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Broken, outdated electronics harm the environment when disposed with regular trash. That's why Oldham County Solid Waste is sponsoring an electronics collection event on Saturday, April 15th, 2023 from 9 a.m. to noon at Oldham County High School student parking lot. It's the perfect time to properly dispose of tube and projection-style televisions, computers, smartphones, or other gadgets that you may no longer need. No restrictions on devices, every bit helps. A message from Oldham County Solid Waste. Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball from Glycod. From Glycod, this has been Roy's Body Shop 8th Region High School Basketball. Roy's Body Shop in LaGrange, collision repair for the people. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Watts Home Center, design that feels like home. Thompson Heating and Cooling, making people comfortable. LaGrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly, and by Mortensen Family Dental.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcast, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter, Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation